Hey y'all, what's up? This is the I Just Think It's Funny podcast. I'm Destiny.
And I'm Brianna, and we've got some things to get off our chest because sometimes you just got to talk it out with your homegirls.
And your homeboy, too.
And your homeboy.
So today we have Staci back again, and we got Rome back again. You know, we didn't want that last conversation to end about dating, and this time, we got some questions from y'all. We each, reached into our personal networks, got some questions here. We gonna talk about it. Y'all ready?
Do it.
All right, let's go. Okay, let me shuffle it up. Get something hot and juicy.
Hot and Juicy is a great restaurant, by the way.
I've never been there.
It's phenomenal.
I always drove by it.
You remember that?
You mean Mrs. Bougie Date hasn't been there yet? That's crazy.
Oh!
No one has taken me there.
It's kind of messy to be a date though, for real.
It'd be a messy date.
Nasty date, though, because it's like all the juices and stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot.
Like fish later. Mm-mm.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Okay, so here's our first question.
Mm-hmm.
Not like somebody don't know what they want in this question. All right, this is from a man. He said, I just want to know what women think they bring to the table. Everybody want to talk about bringing things to the table without actually mentioning what they brought. His emoji with the face palm emoji and then the it is what it is emoji.
This is like an individual. It's a weird question because it's not. Yes, everybody talks about bringing stuff to the table, but that's not just a woman thing. That's men and women. But I understand what he's saying though, because a lot of women be like, he got to bring this to the table. I want him to do this and that, and it's like, all right, I feel you, but like, what you got going on? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I can see what he's saying, but that's not for me. That's for you ladies.
Well, my first reaction to that question is like, I think we can't generalize like a whole.
For sure.
Like, half the population of the planet.
Yeah.
People are bringing to the table or whatever. So, I think that first off, he should probably get rid of that mentality. Second, he needs to figure out what he's bringing to the table so that he can see a woman who can like match that or like fill in the pieces that he's missing. Also, another just little thing that I've realized over this last year is when you're whole and you have a person who's whole themselves.
Come on, Jesus.
Like y'all got y'all own tables and you put that shit together. Ooh, that stuff together.
Yeah, it's like.
And
like when you find
endless possibilities. Like we gotta stop thinking, oh, people gotta fit in pieces to build this one table. It's like, nah, let's come together and let's conquer the world.
Yeah, I think what he needs to focus on is, I mean, of course, granted, you do want to know what someone brings to the table, but that's not the focus. The focus is on what do you need? Because when you focus on what you need, then that's going to genuinely, that's going to be the people that you attract. If you focus on lack and you have a lack mentality, then you're going to go after lack. That's just like in finances, when you focus on being broke, you focus on like, oh, how can I just get out of being broke instead of focusing on how can I just make more money instead, you know what I'm saying? So it's the same scenario. Let me focus on what I need, and that's going to bring me the woman that's going to have what I want to the table and vice versa. So, yeah, he just got to fix his mentality.
I also think he's been hurt. Like,
For sure.
He's coming from a hurt place. Like a lot of men, and I'm not gonna say all men, but you learn a lot about perspectives on social media, and just from having conversations, a lot of y'all be walking around hurt and project those feelings, and women do this too, and project those feelings on these people that you're interested in. Yep. So like you could meet me and you just assuming I don't know what I'm bringing to the table. Like what? How you know I'm not bringing the whole dining room set with the table?
When I'm genuinely pursuing a woman, or when we start getting involved, one of the first things I gotta ask her is she currently in love with anyone? The reason I have to ask that is because not, and it's not even a deal breaker. If she tells me yes, then I know that if she acts out of character for something that I do, she's putting the person that she's dealing with face onto me and projecting that onto me. But if she says she's not in love with anybody, then it's okay. It's free range. But people who are still in love with other people tend to paint the faces of them on the new people that they're dating. And so that's a good question to ask. Are you currently in love with anybody? Like, which is a genuine question, because you could have just got out of a relationship maybe 2 months ago and still kind of be in love with that person and not even really realize it. So
ooh, that's soul tie right there. Okay.
So fellas, ladies ask, like, hey, you really like have feelings for somebody right now? Because I ain't trying to just walk up in there. Like, and it's better for you to know, because that way you're like, okay, well, at least I know what I'm walking into, what I'm dealing with.
Johnny, you got anything you want to tap in?
When I first heard this, it definitely sounds like somebody who had negative experiences, but who's also might be influenced by what they see on social media. Because, like, I just feel like the narrative on social media right now is, what can the guy do for you? Like, he has to make X amount of money, drive a certain car, live a certain lifestyle, and you're the prize. So I just feel like a lot of that can influence how you think everyone feels.
And man, ladies gotta stop that. I don't think women realize how much pressure that is on a man, because men, we don't get the sympathy of like, oh, pull up, it's gonna be free. Nah, if I pull up, I'm probably gonna pay. Like, more than likely, I'm gonna pay for what it is. And when I go out with somebody, in a man's mind, his ego is gonna be hurt if he doesn't. That's why when a lot of men are like, I'm focused on myself, I'm trying to build myself. A lot of times it sounds like the cliche thing to say, but it's genuinely, we feel that way because we know if we don't level up ourselves internally, then we can't take care of a family. We can't take care of a wife and kids. And so that's all we thinking about. We like, but she want to go out, but I don't have no money. And then like, but all I see online is like, he need to have this and that. And I'm like, as men, we start getting like this. It does hurt after a while. I've been in plenty of situations where I was like, I don't need to be here. I don't have the money to be taking her out. What am I doing here? But ego was like, I gotta do it because this is the only way she gonna accept me as a man if I have, and it's a toxic way of thinking. It's a toxic thing that's put out into the universe, to be honest with you. But that's just where it's at right now. So.
I agree, because like I've run across guys who I'm like, you're a great guy, all this stuff, and they're like, well, I'm just like focusing on me. And I'm like, what does that mean? Well, I'm just not in that place. And it's not like an emotional place.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's just like, I'm just trying to get my bread. I'm like, sir, I don't want to talk to you or get to know you because of what you can do for me. And I feel like a lot of guys end up missing out on some dope women. Not to say that the women don't exist where they're like, oh yeah, if you didn't give me a Birkin bag, like whatever, those women exist.
Yeah.
But like, there's women like me who are like, okay, you grinding, I'm grinding too. How am I expect you to have it 100% together when I'm not even at 75? So I think we should all be open-minded and be transparent about what we all are bringing to the table.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's a good start. Also, too, y'all, answer it however you want. Don't censor yourselves. For the aunties and the mamas and the daddies listening, we are all well over the age of 21. Thank you.
My auntie, my man, daddy know what it is. So.
Like, All right, let me shuffle it up. I'm getting this stuff. All right, let's see. All right. This one's interesting. Okay, it's from a guy again. Said, question for the women: how should a man be professional with the women he collaborates with and try to approach and develop a friendship/romantic relationship?
Wait, can you break that down? How do you be professional?
I'm looking at it because this question I did have to edit it a little bit because it didn't make 100% sense to me. But what I think I'm taking away from his question is that he's met someone at the office, let's say hypothetically, at the office. Oh, let's use our field. Okay. He wants to collaborate with, let's say me. He wants to collaborate with me on working on a script, but he finds me interesting and wants to get to know me better, whether as a friend outside of like this work project or in a romantic way. How can he go about doing that in a way that, doesn't ruin the professional relationship?
Well, I'll let the lady speak on that. I know what to say, but
don't be weird about it. That's like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Like, drop hints, but like, don't do it in a way where I feel like I need to call HR if there's an HR involved. Like, if I say no the first time, don't keep asking me. Like, you get a 2-time pass to ask.
Just say be open. Like,
mm-hmm.
If it is a professional thing, or like, let's say it's like this person got brought onto another, like a woman's project or something. Like, one, don't sign up to do something just because you like this person, because it creates an environment where the woman feels like they owe you something, things like that. But if you're in a professional setting and you start to realize, okay, I'm liking this person, like, be open and just realize, like, when you have that conversation, it could go either way, and you have to act like you can't change how you're acting based off of what this person says, whether they're interested or not. And if they are interested, keep that, okay, between these hours, it's professional. And then, late at night, that's when we get to the hanky-panky and stuff,
Hanky
whatever it is you're trying to do.
Only at night. What about you, Brianna?
I think there is no harm in trying to create a friendship with somebody that you also work with. I feel like if you are even romantically interested in that person to start with, like, just try to build the friendship up first to kind of see where they're at. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't want to mix their professional life and their romantic life. So I would just, as the guy, try to build that friendship and see where that goes. I mean, you got to play the long game sometimes, but it's better than creating a work environment where it's awkward.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think, from a man's point of view, I think just staying in your pocket, staying in your lane. If you want to, like, if we use in our field, for example, if you want to collaborate on a script, then go do that and do it to the best of your ability and be genuine and be kind. And women, if it's there, she'll let you know. I think I've learned in my whopping 32 years of living that a woman, when she feeling you, she'll let you know. She'll let you know. It's not it won't be a thing of like, oh, I wonder, like, no, she'll either be like, hey, you want to, like, meet up, or like she'll give you that energy. If she don't give you that energy, like you said, play the long game. And if nothing's there, keep it moving. But worst thing you can do is come out of pocket and say something crazy, because it's not gonna go good for you.
Like her, okay?
It's not gonna go good.
Okay. So, sir, don't be going over the line. All right, let's see. All right, we got a little story, a little advice time. This is coming. There's this guy that I've been interested in for a while now, me too, sis, and we hooked up a few times. I cut it off with him, but I wanted a real relationship, not just casual hookups. He told me that he's interested in me for more than just sex and sees himself in a relationship with me, but he's never actually asked me out on a date or made an effort to spend time with me during the day. He would only try to see me after 10 p.m. My question is, should I trust my gut and leave him alone, or should I give him another shot? Maybe I could be the one to ask him out on the date. No, sis, don't do that.
All right, a few things with this.
Our gut is never going to steer us wrong. One thing I've learned.
No.
Everything was established backwards. That's the problem. Everything was established backwards. You can't give it up to him for however many, a couple of times, and then be like, take me out on a date. I've been there before. I'm not taking you out on a date. That's genuine. I'm serious. Like, that's what we established. Like, I've had that happen to me before, where it was like, it was coming over, it was sex. It was coming over, it was sex. Come over there. You're like, hey, we gonna go out on a date? Nah, like, that's not you. When we established this is what it was. So I think clear lines weren't established from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, he gonna say, yeah, I could see it. Like, I could see us. Like, I could see us being together. But if he's still continuing the same patterns, that's just what it is. You got to look at people's habits, not what they say. You know what I'm saying? If he has the same type of habits, then baby girl, you need to go ahead and keep it moving.
Because my question is, when is he saying that he can see this and see y'all in a relationship? Is it mid, in the middle of y'all being intimate, where he's like, yeah, baby, I can see us forever? Or are y'all just kicking it on the couch? And he's like, yeah,
Yo. Funny story. I'm in mid-sex one time, and this girl said, I love you. I completely disregarded what she said. Continue. I just completely disregarded it. I was not... Terrible time. Ladies, don't ever in your life say that to a man during that time. If you aren't already married or in a situation, because and then later she gonna ask me, yeah, did you hear me? I said, yes. I said, and there's nothing else you can say but to try to be nice and be like, I have love for you as well.
Oh.
Because if I would have said nothing, if I'd have been like, yeah, I heard you, but it would have been like, it would have been, I'm trying to, like, you can't put me in that type of situation. Like, that's like kind of unfair to me. Like, you can't just blurt that out and be what? But you ain't gonna say it back? First off, relax. So Destiny, what you said is very true. Like, when is he saying these things? When are y'all talking about? Are y'all talking right before things get hot and heavy? Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta see when these talks are being had, because yeah, it might be time for you to find another situation.
Trust your gut, sis. Trust your gut.
Trust your gut. Trust your gut.
No real words.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh, spicy. Not really. I mean, it's a good question. But it's from another girl. She said, why do men pull away when they find a girl that's actually great for them? Ooh.
One thing is he probably needs to go to therapy to address certain things that he's dealt with, how he's been loved, how he's loved in the past, maybe family things that have happened. For me, that is a big thing.
Pull away as in he was in it and then he just stopped?
It sounds like, I mean, I'm sure we all can attest to this, ladies. You getting involved with a guy, things are going great. You're like, man, whether you guys have like established a relationship, you're on that path for like maybe to being exclusive. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's like either not replying back to text messages, his energy's changed, like he's not as warm and welcoming anymore.
Let me think about myself. Then again, I'm different. I would say I do agree with what Staci said. Sometimes it is like we don't know how to. You guys know how to deal with emotions way better than we do. When we're going through something, we tend to we tend to bring it all here and like, I'm the man. I gotta figure this out. You know what I'm saying? And so then we don't know how to explain that to you without it sounding like a bullshit story. Like, hey, I'm going through this right now, because it doesn't feel as manly to say I'm going through something, or and so he might just pull back without saying anything. Or he genuinely wakes up one day and he's like, I'm not feeling it. And he also don't know how to communicate that. He don't know how to say, I thought we had something going, the energy was there, but I found out I'm just not in the same, I'm not in the same space, you know what I'm saying? Which can happen. That's why some people are married for 20 years and they wake up and they roll over and they like, yeah, I think I'm done. Same thing. Like, it's true. It's true.
I thought there's been things that led up to that, but
no. There are things that lead up to that, but I'm saying sometimes people wake up and their stuff shifts. Like it just shifts. It's unfortunate that happens, but yeah. So he could be pulling it back for plenty of reasons, but it's just also like in the vice versa. When I've had girls say, "I don't like when a guy likes me too much."
Oh no.
And then it's like, as men, we like, so what do you want me to do? You want me to not like you? So, and then I think that's more of a cat and mouse, like, okay, he liking me too much, so I don't like that. Let me go after the one that don't like me. Same thing with men. She liking me too much. All right, but this one over here, you know what I'm saying? She been playing with me. It's like, what we doing? What we doing? But yeah, he could be pulling it back for any of those reasons, to be honest with you. And it boils down to communication. I mean, that's what it boils down to. Hey, are you going through something? Do you need help with anything? And then hopefully he gives you an honest answer. And, you know, I've had to tell a girl, like, look, I don't see us as a item anymore. I've seen it at one point, and I can't explain why my feelings have changed right now, but I don't see it anymore. I see you as a great friend, and if you can't be my friend, then hopefully one day you can come around. But that's where I'm at, genuinely.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody else want to add anything?
I agree with what both of them said. Sometimes it could be something that's going on with the man, and maybe he does need to seek help for it, or maybe he's lost interest, or maybe you just might be part of his rotation and you didn't make the cut.
Oh,
like, unfortunately, that happens.
Yeah,
you got options.
Like, if you guys are in an established relationship, if y'all are just, dating, whatever.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, person. Get it together. All right. So this is from a woman again. She said, I kind of want to get back to dating sites. I'm scared because literally her first message to me was, oh. Definitely did not read this before. Let me start over. I'm scared because literally the first message to me was, let me borrow that puss.
Wow.
No more questions.
Borrow it?
Right.
I have so many questions about that in itself.
I hope she forgot to type the Y, but whatever. 2 more questions would be why do people, in this example, men, feel like it's okay to say stuff like this in the first message? I just want to have a conversation, man. And second, what dating sites are the most useful? I would like an intellectual connection, so I know I won't find that on Tinder. Any examples?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that sounds like a Tinder response. That definitely sounds like a Tinder response.
I have had that on Tinder. Like, man literally said, can we have sex?
Yeah.
Since I met my boyfriend on an app, I can offer my little bit of expertise on this.
Please.
But I was on dating apps for like a few years, and it boils down to whatever that person is seeking of why they downloaded the app and why they're on it every day. That's what their response is going to be to you. So you're going to get that, but then you're also going to get the men that want to marry you. I know of 3 Tinder marriages. So there's a balance, and you just got to unfortunately cipher through all of that. The app that I met my boyfriend on is Hinge, which tends to be more like you get to know the person outside of just their pictures, like a little bit about them. But I would say like just having like maybe a month of just having a few different apps and seeing which one like fits you best, like how people are approaching you, the ways to engage with people, and just once you figure that out, then just, focus on maybe like 1 or 2 apps and then just spend some time on there and just feel it out. It's not going to be something that happens right away. It could take it took me like 3 years, but I think especially right now with all of us being at home, like it's a great advantage to have.
Man said, let me borrow.
I mean, you gonna use it and give it back.
Yes.
Hey, this didn't really work out for me. I'd even like a refund, please. And here you go back. Like, that's wild.
This is not a library. I don't understand.
Why are men like? It's like a lot of men who are coming on there and initiating those type of responses. It goes back to what they're doing internally at home. Like, I'm never going to hop on somewhere and just be like, let me borrow that puss, unless I'm on stage. Unless I'm writing a script and that calls for it a script. Like, I'm never, and that just goes back to your intentions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have certain intentions, especially when on these sites. You have to understand that, yes, Tinder may advertise like, oh, we're a dating site, but when you boil Tinder down to it, a lot of people are on there just for sex. Like that's when you boil it down. So you gotta, like Staci said, maybe try Hinge, maybe try these other sites that may not be as focused on hookups and things like that. Because when that's like me going to the strip club and being mad that she butt naked in front of me. Like I'm in the strip club. Like this is what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, that's a wild response to that's wild. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Let's see. I'm shuffling. We got a lot of questions. There's some good ones that I hope you get to.
It's the most popular thing on the internet. You type in love and dating on the internet, there's everything on
there. Okay. Here's a good question. I like this question. It's from a fellow lady again. I like this guy, and I think he has dropped hints before that he's interested in me, but I accidentally missed the hints. How can I tell him that I'm interested in getting to know him outside of friendship? Sis, I feel like I know you, because that'd be me all the time. I miss all the hints. I'm like, what?
I mean, like, Destiny, what?
I swear, like, even now, I'm just like, I got her flashbacks from months ago. I'm like, he said, oh.
We done had a couple of conversations. I'd be like, how you not know?
Look, all I'm saying is
take you to coffee and you be
I don't know when things are dates. If you won't tell me it's a date, we hanging out. As simple as that. If you don't tell me you like me, we just kicking it. Like
I mean, her answer is pretty simple. Like, if he's already dropped hints before, you just listen. You miss 99% of the shots you don't take. So you just gonna have to be like, hey, look, I love to go out to eat or go for coffee or whatever. Like, y'all just want to hang out, because if not, then he gonna continue on his life and just not even think about it. Like, you gotta say something. That's the only way to get back. It's not a playbook on how to do it. You just gotta be like, hey, look, I'd like to hang out and shoot the shot. And see, the thing, that's why I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, men are very in tune with rejection. We understand rejection really well. Like, and that's why even especially in the career field I'm in, hearing no is it don't even about it. That's whatever. So if I go talk to a girl, she's like, oh no, I'm good. All right, cool. And going by my day. Women can't really take that as easy. So I know she's afraid of, she's already thinking in her head, what if he says no? And then, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But you got to deal with it. These are the things that's going to happen. You got to deal with it. But because I know that's tough for a woman to put that effort out there, and then he'd be like, oh no, I don't really want to do all that. And you're like, oh.
For 2 years, I'm just trying to get myself together. I'm not doing that.
Like, this situation is really simple. Like, he's already expressed interest in you. Yeah, you missed it the first few times, but like, he's interested in you.
Yeah.
So the ball is in your court at this point.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what should she say? Like, because it's Rona right now. Let's say they're in different places and not able to like meet up, social distance, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
How can she express this interest without being like, I like shit and I want shit now?
I like shit and I want shit now.
They're not in the
yeah, if they're not in the same area, it's a little weird. Like, I don't know, because you do need to like hang, I guess. I mean, so I don't really. You want to hang?
I feel like you can flirt with somebody.
Yeah.
On the phone or in text. Like, I don't.
Maybe you can, if you have an iPhone or something. Maybe y'all can. Hey, you want to play a game? Like, play a game, do something. Like, I don't like do something cool like that. Like, you want to play
Netflix movie together.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, but if you're already friends, that doesn't mean you're interested.
Right.
So I'm saying I feel like you physically have to say certain things.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does. She does. Like, she kind of got to throw a little bait out there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give an example.
You can borrow this.
Even if you can do something simple as like, let's say she's about to go out somewhere and she snaps a picture or something like, hey, I'm taking it, I'm about to go like, hey, how you doing? I want to send you like anything like that's a nice picture or something. Maybe he'll heart it and be like, oh, you look nice, or small stuff like that could work. Like you ain't gotta just full out send him a nude or nothing like that,
Oh.
You can do all that, but just, send him something cute. Be like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, just checking in, see how your day was, and maybe I'm sending you a picture of me just in case you forgot what I look like when I'm dressed up because of Rona, you know what I'm saying, or anything like that.
Sis, I hope you listening. Take note.
That'd be cool. I like men like unsolicited pictures.
We know.
Calm down.
Or maybe like if this is already your friend, when you do FaceTime them, maybe like don't look busted, like look better.
No bonnet, because I'm a bonnet.
No bonnet.
Everybody about to get this bonnet.
Oh,
no, sometimes you gotta take the bonnet off.
And then just always, if you add like a touch of humor to things too. Like, let's say you FaceTime him and you looking good, and then he pays you a compliment and be like, yeah, I had to get cute for you. And then
yes.
Oh, what's up?
If I had the glasses on,
that's like an easy way.
Oh, God. Okay. Here's another question from the women's. I was ghosted. Does he have the right to be upset if I start dating another guy and he comes back? Like, for example, Insecure, when Nathan goes to Ista and she started talking back to Lawrence.
No, he don't got no right to do nothing.
He put no ring on it, no relationship on it.
Like, and if he goes, then all right, so be it. Move on. Like, you get a whopping 2 texts from me. That's it. If you don't hear back, all right, cool. I'm gonna assume that it's good. We good. All right.
Got a good running.
Yeah, cool. I'm out.
All right. Another question from the ladies. She said, I definitely know I want my ex to hit the WAP, but I don't want the feelings to rekindle. So how do you separate those feelings?
It's not. Don't do it. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
WAP. Wow.
It's not. Reason why it's not gonna happen because it was already established that you guys were in a full-blown relationship. So it's always gonna be there. Like it's not gonna be any separation of that. Like don't even fool yourself.
Don't go back.
Yeah.
And for one reason, if you horny, go get yourself a vibrator or something. Like don't go backwards. Because that's really what it is.
Because what's gonna happen? Y'all gonna get together. Yeah, y'all gonna get together. It's gonna be like, oh, so that was fun. Next thing you know, y'all back again the next week or the week after that, and you like, now we getting in the rhythm again, and it's like it's gonna be the same thing.
Yikes! Sis, save the WAP.
Save the WAP. Wrap it up in some nice foil. You know what I'm saying? Put it to the side.
Really coochie. Put it in the freezer section. It's gonna be all right.
But for real, the vibrator thing, like that lets out, because a lot of times women, just the world that we live in, we be frustrated about a lot, and we have to let that out some way. And it's like we have to recognize, like, be in tune with ourselves and our bodies, and when you need like a release, just get yourself that way you could just, enjoy yourself for a moment and move on to the next day and not think about past dudes, past relationships.
Oh yeah, it's been a day when I was supposed to go somewhere and I was like, do I really need to go? Let it out real quick? Oh, I definitely don't need to go. Not for sure. Yeah, no.
Clear mind if you release yourself, for real.
Yep, that's why if I was president, I would never make a rash decision without masturbating first. Definitely. Gotta let that out first. Because I could mess up the whole world. I could mess up the whole United States. I gotta get this out first before I do something crazy.
But we in our 30s, we know. This is how you make decisions. I'm telling you. Sound decisions.
All right, sis. You heard them.
There you go. Save the walk.
Contribute on that one. So, what does it say? If you this is from a girl too. If someone messages you and talks like they want to be with you, or at the very least get to know you, which could eventually lead to something serious, is it solely their responsibility to initiate conversation? Of course, once you start liking the person back, it would be a two-way street. But in the beginning, is it childish to expect the other person to speak first? I got something to say about that. Look, I don't think you should expect the person to always reach out, because at the end of the day, the person is a person. People like to be communicated to and like to communicate to other people. Now, I've been in situations where it's like the guy does start the initial, and I'll be like, okay, he called me today. Let me let him call like 1 or 2 more times, and then I'm gonna start reaching out because like it's clear he has an interest, whatever. But then he fall off. Look, don't put all that pressure on one person. If you both have established that you are interested in the person, interested in each other, then obviously you both need to be communicating, because if y'all end up in a relationship, is he gonna do all the talking? Is he gonna do all the breaking down of everything? No, it's gonna be both of you guys. So, you know, some guys ghost in that time period. That's what the talking stage is. You talking, we ain't talking no more. Period. Just saying. And don't be in my DMs.
Wait, don't be in your DMs?
No, because some guys, they'll be talking to you, it moves from the DMs and move to the phone, and then they end up somehow back in your DMs solely.
Oh, that's what you meant. Oh, okay.
That's what I mean, don't be in my DMs. I mean, y'all, the men, the eligible men, you can be in my DMs. It is at destiny.created. Thank you.
I like it.
Anybody else got something?
I mean, yeah, you should never just expect somebody to keep it. Because if I'm initiating conversation and you give me like, haha, that's funny, that's strike one. If I initiate conversation again and you give me, oh, well, really, that's cool, I'm done. I'm out of there. I'm not doing this. I'm not about to talk to you like you're a preschooler. Like, have conversation. Like, that, because because you can tell, like, if you message somebody like something about a book or something like that, and they say, "Oh yeah, I'll read it, thanks," you kind of, you're like, all right, cool. But if it's, "Oh, I love this," and da da da, "Oh, have you read da da da," you can tell immediately the interest as soon as that happens. So, you know, that's just what it is. Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got going on in this box. This Pandora box.
The pandemic box.
Oh God. So here's another question from the ladies. What are the hints that a guy likes you? I feel like there are some non-obvious things that us ladies miss. Me too, girl. I miss all of them. Y'all gotta paint it in the sky, and then I'll see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's so.
I feel like it kind of depends on the age, because I feel like younger guys don't have as much experience maybe, so maybe they're a little more hesitant or shy to like show you that they like you or even tell you. So sometimes I feel like it's an age thing. Yeah,
because and me at 32, if we going out, I like you. I think you're cool.
I think you cool.
Because I don't know you yet, so I'm trying to all right, cool. Because I'm not wasting my time. I got too much stuff going on. So if I'm taking the time to do that, then yeah. But like she said, younger guys, you know, they gonna play around with you, figure out, because they at home with their roster up, like, all right, if I take her out, I mean, she might like her over here, like, so it's gonna be a little different. This is funny. It was a funny joke. Me and Cam was talking. I was like, I just realized, like, I think I'm too old to cheat because I'm too sleepy. I'm too sleepy to cheat. Like, I can't.
She ain't got no time limit.
No, yes, it do. Yo, no, think about it. What I'm saying is, I can't. I'm gonna be in bed, so I'm gonna be asleep. Like, I don't have nothing to do. But those hints, I would say, the reason why it's so different and difficult to answer that question is because everybody has different communication styles. Some people communicate by action. Some people communicate by words. Some people communicate by, gifts, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it depends on what that guy is doing. Just but I would say look at his actions, because words sometimes are, I would say is he calling you? Is he like, hey, you want to hang out? You can kind of feel it, because guys are pretty black and white. We're pretty simple for the most part. Some of us can be difficult, but we're pretty simple. But I think that's the only reason, because it's hard to say up and pinpoint like genuine, like this is a hint and this is a hint, and this, because everybody has different things.
I think that's a good point. Like early in my relationship, we had like a huge like breakdown because our love languages were so different. His is like quality time and touch, and mine is like verbal communication. So his actions were there, like him being here and all the time. But I'm like, I need you to tell me so that we can be on the same page. And so I think if you ask that question like early on, like what are your love languages, or like how do you like to give and receive, love or affection and things like that, it's easy for you to distinguish like in their language. Like we tend to think of how we want to receive stuff, but thinking about like how that person is able to communicate back to you. I think that's what you need to pinpoint.
That's true.
Okay. Good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. We educating the people out here.
We should charge.
Right. Okay. Let's see. We got, what's this? Ooh, child, this person done wrote a whole paragraph. Look at this. It's a whole paragraph.
Oh, okay.
It's from a man. Wow, a lot of communication happening here. He said, I like to consider myself as someone who is very open and honest, straightforward, whatever word fits best. I guess you could say it's my personality trait, since it just comes naturally. Okay. I've been in one relationship before and in a handful of talking stages. Join the club. In each situation, I found it to be going downhill because of how I am with that. I've heard it countless times from, not to call women females, so from women, saying that they just want us to be open and honest about things in relationships. But when it gets to the point where these things come into play, being honest and open, they don't like it. Me personally, I feel if you hide certain things about the full truth from someone, it could lead to more issues down the road. My question is, what is the most valued/desired thing in relationships for women? And do women truly want men to be completely open and honest, or should it go to a certain extent? I see he going around a little mountain. He's like,
I completely agree with what he said. Women don't want the actual truth.
That is not true.
I'm telling you, every time this actual truth come out, it's a what? Huh?
But it's also how the truth is presented. Are you throwing it at me in my face, or am I begging you for the truth? Like, hey, tell me what happened, and you willingly give it up? Am I having to dig for it, and I push that button, and now you exploding like,
No, I'm talking about when they ask you a question and you give them honesty, or without asking them questions, you give them transparency, and they say they can take it, and then it's not that. It's usually not that. I'm telling you, I've been in it.
I feel like it's about how you do it. Like,
I think the reason is because there's expectation before even. So it's an expectation of. So if she expects me to, like, if she asks me, are you seeing anybody else? And if the guy genuinely is like, yes, I am seeing other people. In her mind, she's like, what? Why would you be seeing other people? But you ask for the truth and you give it, but then you don't, because you had an expectation already in your head already. And it's like, that's where a lot of miscommunication comes. You got to take the expectation out. That's where I think a lot of it comes from. Not all women, but I've been in many a situation where I tell the truth and I'm straight up. Then they get mad at me and then come back 2 months later like, you know what? Now that I think about it, like, I mean, I appreciate your honesty. That's what I said.
In that context, but the overall truth of things, that's where I'm like,
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. So, I mean, this is y'all's question, so you take it away.
Ladies, y'all want to dip in?
I think I'm a little bit different because really, if I really want your honest answer, I actually want your honest answer. Yeah, it might suck, but like I really want to know. If I don't want to know, I'm just not going to ask you, honestly. Mm-hmm. Because I know that people lie about certain things, and yeah, I don't know. If it comes to like, oh, are you talking to other people or something like that, I really want to know. I want to know. This list. I don't know. I rather would you tell me what it is. Like, I asked you. I can't be mad. I asked you.
Yeah. I will say to him, though, keep doing what you're doing, because if you're being open and honest, that's a trait that you need to keep, and keep being that way, because don't let anybody discourage you from telling the truth, because there's a lot of niggas out here lying. So,
so I will also say to that, he said a couple of relationships and then a few situations, right? Or dating. Mm-hmm. So I would actually challenge him to kind of look at maybe how he's presenting the information. True. Because if it's a pattern, then maybe that's something that he has to look into.
Yeah, maybe he's doing something to trigger, those reactions, or something like that. You got to definitely look at that too.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Delivery.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Shuffle it up. Because I know we about to lose you, Rome. So let's hopefully.
And listen, I'm just out here trying to be a busy black man,
Lord. We kind of touched on this too already. It says.
Flip it out. Get the next one.
Okay. Throw it out. Okay. Kind of. Okay, here's a fun. Well, no, I don't want to use the word fun. Here's an interesting. When I say fun, I mean interesting. Have you ever been hit on by the same sex, and how did you respond?
Flattered.
You just nodding your head.
Listen, man. I'm from a nice small town in North Carolina where I seen Black, whites, and Mexicans, and a few Asians, and maybe a couple of gay men before I moved to Atlanta at 18. I remember at 18, I moved to Atlanta. I remember I was in Aldo. I'm there, and I'm just looking at the shoes, and the worker comes up to me. He dressed like me, chilling. He had like a regular dude. I'm like, all right, cool. So he's like, yo, I might help you. I was like, I'm just looking around. He's like, all right, cool. He's like, you new around here? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I just moved here for college. And he was like, oh, dope. He was like, you like the area? You like Atlanta? I was like, yeah, man, cool. I was like, I had visited before with my family. So we chopping it up, like just two homeboys chopping it up. He's like, yeah, but hey, man, we should get up. If you don't have any friends out here, we should get up, hang out. I'm like, all right, bro, like, sure, like, let's hang out. He was like, yeah, we should go to the movies. I was like, and my mom said that, oh, okay, like you invited some women, like we about to go with some girls. He was like, oh, no, like me and you can go hang out. I'm like, the movies though? Like we need to go to the movies? Like we can't go to a bar or something like that? Or a girl drink? He was like, yeah, I'm trying to get to know you a little more. I said, oh, nah, that's not, I don't really do that stuff. He's like, oh, you're not good. Oh, okay. He's like, my bad. I just had to try you, see what's up. I said, wait, what? And that was my
about it.
Yeah, no, that was my first experience. But then we had some disrespectful stuff. One time, Ken was walking and he had the shirt on. This big buff dude was on the porch. He got off the phone. He was like, hey, that shirt look real cute on me. Why don't you come up here? Like all wild stuff. Like I remember I was walking with my ex. I sneezed. This dude behind me was like, bless you, sexy. I was like.
That would be corny for any orientation.
I was in West Hollywood one time, just driving the window down. This dude, I'm at the light. This dude was like, "You cute." I was like, "Appreciate it," and then just kept driving. It doesn't bother me, but it's just funny when you don't have that experience and it happens to you. You're like, oh man, but you do feel flattered. I was like, you know what? I'm feeling if a gay man compliment me today, I'm dressed today. Like I'm killing today. I'm dressing today.
It's flattering. Like when even like when anyone gives you a compliment or shows type of interest, it's like, dang, like okay. So I just find it flattering.
One of the funniest joke we had, Kale, who was gay. We had him on our podcast a couple weeks ago, and you know, he was like, "See, y'all my bros." He was like, everybody think that just because I'm homies, I'ma holler at them. And Emmanuel was like, you know what, Kale? I feel disrespected because you ain't hollered at me. Am I ugly? So it's all love. It never bothered me. But like she said, I think it is kind of flattering. You, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely different to how I was thinking at 18 and how I'm thinking now. It's two different things.
Right. I don't think anybody, like any woman, has outwardly said it. I've gotten that vibe, and I'm like, oh, this is not, no. Like, I remember I was taking a class, and this girl, she was like, oh, you're really good at the Spanish. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. Like, I knew she was a stud, so I'm like, I don't really care. Like, you can be my friend, whatever you are. It doesn't matter. And I was like, yeah, here's my number. I hope you study, like, whatever. Nothing about it. So then sis starts sending me selfies. And I'm like, wait, I'm supposed to be helping you with the Quizlet. Like, what you talking about? What you doing? Like, sending me pictures. I'm like, girl, this ain't it. I'm studying for the test. So, like, I've had situations where it's like, I can kind of feel that the girl may be trying to see where I'm at on the spectrum, and I'm like, no, I'm respectful, because like I've never had someone be disrespectful to me, so like there's no reason for me to, bro, don't do, like, no, you coming at me nicely, I'm gonna reject you nicely.
I said in college, I had a stud homegirl. She was bad, and so it was funny because we always used to be like, hey, you want to find us homeboys we got.
Oh my God.
That's not okay, sir.
And she used to laugh every time. She'd be like, stop saying that.
That's okay. Rihanna, you got a story?
I don't really have a specific story. It happens.
I see a lot, because I be there sometimes.
You know, I don't know what kind of vibe I be giving off. I just be minding my business in the grocery store and stuff, and people be like trying to follow me around. But yeah, it doesn't bother me. I'm flattered. I've never had anybody be really aggressive about it. I don't know. I think I just give off some gay vibes.
Okay, you might just give off the femme energy that maybe people like. Who knows?
Could be.
Who knows? But I'm glad we're all respectful, because if somebody had said something wrong, you would have got that block button, okay?
Yeah.
We don't do none of that. Okay. Shuffle it up. Okay, so this is for the ladies. Actually, let's save it since we got Rome about to leave, so let's see if we can get one for the guys.
Okay.
Okay, this is a good general question. What's the kindest thing the opposite sex has done for you? And this person is not a relative, and it's not someone you've ever been romantically involved with. It's hard. Just gonna put that.
Painted me I remember one of my friends said I wanted a picture. It was like this picture. I wanted like a blank, a woman's body, just a shape blank. And I was like, I just want that with a red and black picture to go in my room. And then one day she called me. She was like, hey, are you at home? And I was in Atlanta. I was like, yeah. She was like, all right, I want to drop something off. She dropped off this nice ass picture. She was like, yeah, you said you wanted a picture. So I was figuring I just painted for you. I was like, oh, wow. I didn't know what to say. Oh, I appreciate it. We never was involved like that. Never. And she had a boyfriend there. I was like, thank you. It was really not. It's just because I think it was the fact that she just listened and then just kind of took it and did what I was like. You know what? That's good. I still got it at my mom's house in North Carolina.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, it was nice.
Anybody else?
I feel bad. I can't think of anything.
I can't either.
Yeah, I had a guy friend in college who would just kind of like take me around and call me like his little sister. And he would like always just slip me money. Like he wouldn't even tell me. He would just like, you know, slip $100 bills because I was struggling in college. But yeah, now he's like my big bro. He's my daughter's godfather. So yeah, I'd say him.
That's dope. And you know, that's what that makes me. Before I go, I can say this to the guys: like, you can't have sex with all your female friends. Not all of them. No, you just can't. You can't do it. You need some genuine women around you because in the long run, you'll appreciate it. I get it. I know you're a man. Relax. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep a genuine relationship. If she takes it there, then you have to assess like, all right, is this going to hinder things or is this going to, you know, maybe sprout into something else? But you gotta know self-control in some manner. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a big thing because if you don't have any cool women around you, then it's just like what's wrong with this dude? You kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? So I will say that.
That's some good advice.
Yeah.
I'm mad that you didn't mention the shrimp burgers, but it's fine. You know, I just be giving you food.
Yes, you give me food. I get you give me food. You know what? All right. And
the other girl painted a whole picture, Destiny.
I met this man.
You did see me. You did. You know, I will say that, you know, Destiny is like my little sister. You know what I'm saying? You know, when she calls, I'm just like, what's it gonna be this time? No, I'm messing with you. No, I'm messing with you. No, she's great. She's definitely. I think I will say that you are one of the most genuine people I know because you try to tiptoe around people's feelings, which I really appreciate because you could outright say some things sometimes, but I like how you like think about, you assess what you're about to say or you assess the situation before you just say things. And that's a good quality to have. Because me, I don't have that quality. I'm gonna say it, and it's not. Sometimes it ain't. It's not good. So that's good. You're very genuine, and she makes phenomenal shrimp burgers.
For all the single fellas.
All the single fellas, if you need you a shrimp burger mama in your life,
you know, I'm over here. My man, that's not my man. That should be my man if you listening.
But all of these women on here, all of you guys are great, man. You guys have good energy. You're always uplifting. You're always doing stuff. You're black. You're beautiful. So, you know.
Oh, we love you. Oh gosh.
So I'm gonna sneak out of here and let you guys do your thing.
I gotta sneak out too.
Oh,
okay. Thank you guys for coming. Can you guys please just remind everybody where to follow you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Staci.
At Piece of Sly.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
This plug-in thing, okay?
Yeah. I didn't know if you were saying anything else. I was just to make sure. Okay, you can follow me at I Roam a Lot, and you can follow my sunglasses at The Shady Side Up. And you can follow my comedy group at Dormtainment. So, boom.
Oh, thank you guys so much for joining us. I don't know, we're going to hop through some questions, Brianna. You want to hop through some questions or we want to save for another time?
I got about 2 more questions in me. But yeah, thank you guys for coming.
Okay.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
All right. So then there were 2 of us. We're going to try to avoid the male questions. Let's see. The final countdown. Oh, this is funny. Okay. Question for the queens. This is what he said. He said, in all caps, what do you want from us? I had a lady, gave her literally, bruv. He said, say it in a British voice. Bruv. And she still cheated. Oh, jive turkey. I don't know who Uncle.
There's a lot going on in here.
I don't know who Uncle Daddy is using old jive turkey.
Okay, I need you to repeat it back to me in layman's terms.
Okay.
There was British stuff in there. I don't even know.
He said, bruv, like brother.
There's some Hotepi Queen stuff going. I just need to know what he said. Like a different language.
Okay. So this Uncle Daddy said, this is the question for the women. What do y'all want from us? Because he doesn't understand. Because he gave this one woman, the whole world, whatever he defines as the whole world, and she still cheated on him. What do we want?
Obviously, you didn't give her the whole world.
Oh, I was gonna say that, but then I was like, let me not do that.
No, I mean, okay, sometimes you can't give that person what they're looking for. It could be all that you feel like you could give. You might be great. But that person is trash for cheating on you, of course. Mm-hmm. That's not cool. That's never okay. But
I hate that. I'm just everybody cheat.
But he could have been great, or he could have been kind of delusional. We don't know. We don't know.
Kind of delusional. Old job turkey. Is this 1970?
Let it go, brother man. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
It's never an excuse to cheat, but, you know, there was probably a conversation that needed to be had because he thought he was giving her the whole world in his hands. But
the whole world. That's my other thing, because people will do this thing where they give you all that they have to offer and you didn't ask for that. That wasn't the expectation that.
Or his idea of what the whole world is might not be the whole world to her. She might be like, sir, just because you wash my car and take me out to eat every now and then and you nice, too boring.
Take me to Red Lobster.
Hey, no, that's the whole world. I have not been to Red Lobster in a long time.
Cheddar Bay biscuits, so bad.
And the raspberry lemonade and those like green glasses.
I just want some clam chowder, y'all. If you ever go to Red Lobster, dip the Cheddar Bay biscuit in the clam chowder. Come on, that's it.
You dip the Cheddar Bay biscuit in the shrimp scampi sauce.
They shrimp scampi be kind of.
It's a little oily, but I like it.
Yeah, I don't. I'm like, did I ask for olive oil with a side of shrimp? Let's see. All right. Ooh, that's a man question. We're gonna let that one. Okay. Ooh, that's enough. Man, that would have been a good question to ask. We just gonna have more guys. We just gotta do more guys on here. Let's have a strictly guy panel. Mm-hmm. This is one we both can answer. What are some deal breakers? Yeah, a lot.
What are some deal breakers?
I feel like, first of all, with this question, whoever asked this, that is tailored to the person you were talking to. So our answers cannot necessarily determine what that person wants. Some things we find acceptable, they may not be able to find acceptable, and vice versa. So the answer that we're about to give y'all is strictly our opinion. You deal with it as you will. Maybe the whole
they're very surface level because we're not talking about something specific.
Mm-hmm. I guess
someone specific.
In terms of like relationships, like what are deal breakers, or even like the talking stage, because sometimes your deal breakers show up right when you just gave home your number. You like, so you got me off the top because I got a couple. Oh, no! Oh, 1 Corinthians
chapter 1.
Hold on.
Chapter 1. Deal breaker number 1.
Okay. What page?
This is page 1.
Hey, oh, hold on. Let me
page 1. We're all the way at page 1.
Okay.
Thou shalt not call me
Ooh.
repeatedly throughout the day.
Ooh.
Expecting that I have nothing else to do.
Ooh. Okay.
Please see the addendum in the back of the book.
Okay, let me flip back there.
All right. Respect my time.
Okay.
Respect my time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if I'm just talking to you or something, you are not my whole world.
Ooh.
I got other things to do, maybe other people to talk to. Ooh. I don't have all the energy to put into talking to you all day. I do want to hear from you, but you will not be occupying all of my time.
Ooh.
Destiny.
Okay. Thank you for first dropping that knowledge. You know, I was reading along in my book here. And I came across my chapter, actually. It says, "Thou shalt not waste my time." And in the first verse, it says, "My time is expensive, so don't play around with it," okay? Which that means, if I just close the book down just to give you a little bit of thought and reflection,
take your time, Pastor.
You know, I just really want this to sink into your spirit. My time, if I give you a piece of my time, that means I care to invest in what you have to say, you as a person. That goes across the board, friendships, family, all of it. If I give you my time, I'm busy. Whether people, like you said, whether people realize it or not, just because you may not be actively putting stuff on Instagram about what you're doing, you are constantly doing something. There are very few people who literally just sit and do nothing, waiting for people to call them. So if we say we gonna meet up at 3:00, if you're running late, let me know. Like, hey, let me know. Don't let me know at the time we're supposed to meet. Because you knew you was late before it was time. You knew you were probably going to be late 15 minutes before. Shoot me a quick little text. Hey, I'm running about 40 minutes late. I'm sorry. But don't show up and not say nothing. Don't even acknowledge.
And then when I see you, because you was way late, now we got to speed up what we got to do because maybe you got something else to do today. You mismanage your time.
What Ella May say? Just don't waste my time. Don't do that. That irks me. Like, I know I'm not on time all the time and I'm working on that, but nobody can ever say if I'm running late, I do not communicate it. Like, I say, hey, I'm running about 20 minutes late. I should be there by blah, blah, blah. I'm so sorry. When I see you, I'm so sorry I'm running late. It's probably no reason. I probably don't have like I don't show up with no excuse. Whereas, well, I don't say excuse, but it's like, hey, like this morning I'm supposed to go hiking. I'm supposed to be there at 8. Why did my alarm clock go off at 7:51? I text her, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm getting dressed right now. My alarm didn't go off. I'll be there. Got there. Hey, I'm sorry to have you wait. This happened. I don't know how, but thank you so much for coming. Like, something, just simple communication. I think that's what it boils down to, communication. I just find that guys, a lot of them, don't know how to do it. And it irks my spirit real bad. You got another one?
I hate people that are like obnoxious. Like, I don't like people that are really loud. I just like really like laid back people. Like, you could be outgoing, have a lot of friends, be social, yada, yada, yada. But I don't like people who seek out being the center of attention. Mm-hmm. Whether that be in a social setting or on social media. Like, just post whatever you want to post. You ain't got to have a paragraph about, like, get your bread up, like, get like me, look at this, look what I got. Look, like, that's so obnoxious to me. Like, just do you and people will admire you. Like, you don't have to say anything to try to make people feel bad or something like that, like, or constantly giving out advice unsolicited. Like, who asked for this? Like, I don't know. That's just really annoying to me. Like, I don't like really, like, showy people.
Same.
Because it just seems disingenuous and just fake. Like, if you're really about that life, just be.
Just be about it. Exist.
Yeah.
I get that. I also don't like hypersexual conversation off the bat. Like, that's such a turn off for me, where it's like, okay, yes, I know you looking at my booty. Yes, I know you like my, but like, everything ain't gotta go back to that. Like, oh, what'd you eat for breakfast? Oh, scrambled eggs, but how that booty doing? What? Like, whoa. She's great. I had an oatmeal, so it was good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that is unattractive to me. Like, you're not gonna get very far from me with me, like, in conversation, if that's what your go-to thing is. Like, I feel like guys don't pick up the cues when those conversations happen, because there are some women who are like, yeah, I'm an open book, let's talk about it all day, every day, whatever, like, when you coming over kind of girl. I'm not her. Like, I won't be like, oh, that's gross, ew, like, hey, I'm an adult. But, like, it's like, can you find that balance? Because it makes me wonder, like, where do you value me? Are you only entertaining conversation with me because you want that? Or is it, like, maybe that's what's worked for other women, and that's how you think women want to be approached? Like, I just want to understand, because I look at you as a person, as a complete person. I don't look at you for what you could do, how we could do it, all that stuff. Like, no. I want to know what's up here before I know what's down there. Period. So.
Good one. It's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Men, think with your top head. That's all I'm going to say.
Insert Oprah Jeff.
Lord. All right, y'all. This is enough of the shenanigans. We'll be back next week with more. I hope you have learned something, gotten more knowledge, maybe even gotten some advice that you didn't know you needed, you know? So
we're going to continuously have other guys on the show and other guests. So if you do have more questions, submit them. And, you know, we're going to keep the Red Bowl of questions going.
Yep. We still got more questions. We got plenty
Good
of
Lord.
Yeah, there's plenty more. There was a lot in here. But yeah, we might even incorporate like a little fun question game, you know, with our guests from time to time. Pull 1, pull 2, whatever. It doesn't have to be relationship games, questions, honestly. It can be anything, career. We definitely want to talk about career stuff soon. So if you do want us to cover maybe your career field, we know people from all kinds of different career fields. We can bring them in. Medicine, I got a med school friend, got doctor friends, bring it in, you know? So yeah, hit us up, follow us at I Just Think It's Funny _pod on Instagram. Like, follow, share, star, rate, whatever it is on all of the platforms that you're listening to, whether it's Spotify, Apple Music, Google, whatever. So,
See ya.
bye.